Yo, everyone. What's up? Um, just sending you blessings, heart, love, and energy. So I practice Reiki, I send energy, send the blessing in that way. I can do it this way too. But today's topic is how to reach enlightenment or nirvana fast and in the easiest ways. The first thing that I want to talk about, because I just watched this video of a mystic on YouTube, and Sadhguru, I'll just mention his name, and he was saying how so many people change their priorities. They can't stick in one direction. They're driving along the freeway and they're taking all these different turns when they're trying to get to one place, and they end up everywhere besides where they want to be at their destination. And that's a metaphor for enlightenment, the destination being enlightenment. People are making too many turns in the wrong direction and not staying on the path. So it does take devotion. Like, you do see people, they claim to be spiritual, but really they start their spiritual practice at, 4 or 5 at night, and they spend the first bit of the day just kind of doing trivial things and in trivial pursuit of worldly material things and survival, and not just survival like you're trying to survive, but like the survival that um you're basically trying to get things. You're trying to support yourself and be as comfortable as possible with as many comforts and conveniences as you can possibly have, just to stay comfortable and safe and warm and all these things. And it is great to be safe and warm and comfortable, but you don't need comfort all the time. You got to be out of your comfort zone sometimes to grow. And that's true. Like, even like a plant, like is a seed, when it grows out into the sunlight, is it comfortable in the ground, or is it comfortable growing out of the ground? Is it comfortable right once it sprouts out of the ground? I would say, for the sake of this metaphor, like, I would say it's not comfortable to grow in this way. It's you have to be outside of your comfort zone and get out of the seed and get out of the ground to be comfortable. So this survival mentality that you need to get things and have as many possessions materially as possible, and this survival mentality is connected to the root chakra and is really just one dimension of reality, and it's definitely not all. It's actually limited to that one chakra. So that's what you're trying to get out of when you're in enlightenment. When you're seeking enlightenment, you want to get up to the higher chakras. Only the crown is really the spiritual chakra, and that's the highest chakra, and most people are stuck in the bottom three. So the bottom being root, and then the next is sacral, which has to do with pleasure, and then or simple pleasures of the world and everything, and sexual energy and all that kind of stuff. And then the next has to do with will or power, and you can see that a lot of people are stuck in these bottom three chakras: survival, pleasures, and will and power. So but no one's really getting into the heart, which has to do with trust and love. And yeah, so you need to climb up the chakras and find this spiritual crown where, you can access the dimensions of the divine, and that's part of enlightenment. Sadhguru also defines enlightenment as your energies reaching bliss or ecstasy. Your actions are loving and righteous. Your emotions are joyful, and your thoughts are peaceful and loving. That's when you reach enlightenment, is when these four elements come into unison and basically transform who you are into an enlightened being, just by having these four elements in at their peak, where they belong to be, where our natural state is, which is enlightenment and peace. So when these four things happen, you reach enlightenment. And I just want to quickly talk about some methods to reach enlightenment. Um, things like yoga or Tai Chi help you tap into your energies. And yoga, Tai Chi, I'll just say, is a form of tapping into your energies. It does have to do with other things as well, these other four elements to some extent, but it's mostly to do with energy. But there's a yoga for each of these four things. Your actions, which is karma yoga, your emotions, which I don't know if it's bhakti yoga. I don't really know what it is, but there's a yoga for each of these things. So your energies, is Kriya yoga. Your your actions, your emotions, and your thoughts. So there's yoga for each of these things. And that's an awesome thing, because that's obviously, if there's a yoga for each of those things, it's aiming at making all those things come to their peak of perfection and peace. And that leads to enlightenment. So, yes, yoga is a great method to reaching enlightenment. Also, there's a book called A Course in Miracles, and I actually have it right here. I'll show you the cover of it so that you know what it looks like. Books are a great way to actually enlighten yourself too. And not a lot of people think that. They think that, oh, I should just learn from life. And that is true, that you learn mostly from experience. But these books give you the ideas to apply into your life, and the actual applying of the ideas is what's important. And it gives you tools to use in your life, thought tools, emotion tools, like all these tools for these four things that actually help you to know of the principles of love and enlightenment and knowledge, and they can supply you with the tools that you need to apply in order to actually reach enlightenment. If you don't apply the ideas, they are really not as valuable. So it's applying the principles of this book and of other books that are in alignment with its truth. It's the applying of the ideas that helped you reach nirvana. So there are methods like books, and there's also another path that I want to speak of. There's a million different paths. There's infinite different paths to enlightenment. You don't have to be a Buddhist. You don't have to be, a yogi. You don't have to. You don't have to do these things. You don't have to read books even. But I mean, it's best to just use all of the methods if you're seeking enlightenment, and you'll get there faster. Because, without the tools and the knowledge, you have nothing to apply to your life to actually, that is the means to reaching enlightenment or reaching peace and bliss and ecstasy and joy and all these great things. So there's also meditation. Meditation is how Buddha reached enlightenment. He did a long meditation that was what's the word? Determined to reach enlightenment. He was determined to reach enlightenment, and that's what his intention when he went into meditation was, I'm not coming out of meditation until I'm enlightened. And he said that to himself, and he knew that he would if he meditated for this amount of time. And he did find enlightenment, and he got to come out of meditation and spread it with the world, and that's a great thing. So meditation does help, and is a method and a spiritual practice that can help you reach enlightenment. And there's other things like channeling that are great. But what I really want to speak with you about, and the one thing I believe is the most powerful method, is really mantras. I really believe that is the most powerful method, and it actually does correct you on all these 4 levels, because your energies, if you're doing the correct mantras, you're tapping into the Holy Spirit's energy, and you're learning the things like, I am the light of the world, it says in A Course in Miracles, and it teaches you to spread joy to the world, and that is your function in this world as being in a body, because we are not a body, we are a spirit. And that's one of the things that you need to know in order to become enlightened. It's quite impossible to become enlightened when you think that this world is real, and you think that you are just a human being. You aren't just a human being, you are God, and you are a human being as well, I guess, but not really. It's not really true that you are a human being. You know, if you identify, you can think you're a human being, but really our identity is spirit. And you have to know that this world is a dream and an illusion to reach enlightenment. That was what happened to me when I had my big realization, was that this world is a dream, and that that it's not really happening the way I think it is. It's really an illusion, illusory dream, and I'm actually awoken from the dream, and I'm experiencing heaven, and that is what is real and what is true. So yeah, meditation is one of the methods, and mantras. Yeah, mantras are great, like saying like, I am love, or I choose to be happy, or love is the way I walk in gratitude. I am the light of the world. You know, what else? There is nothing my holiness cannot do. These are all mantras that are in A Course in Miracles. So pick up this book if you're serious about reaching nirvana, and you will reach nirvana fast if you read this book. But you need to be, you know, it even says in the course that you can reach the goal of this book, which is peace and knowledge, in 1 year, if you really are devoted and you have no resistance to the ideas in the book. But the reason why it takes people so many years, and why some people practice it for 20, 30 years and not get any effects, is because they're resistant to the ideas. So you have to be open-minded and not resist the ideas spoken of in this book. You have to actually trust every word that it says for it to work. You can just read the book and it will still produce great effects, and it'll give you peace, but it'll just be that much better if you actually accept the ideas. You know, it would be a lot better. So there, mantras is a great tool, and also basically what a mantra is a repeated thought. So everyone is actually repeating their thoughts, and everyone is repeating their own mantra in their mind, whether it be I don't want to go to work today. I don't want to go to work today. I don't want to go to work today. Or if it's like, um, I love my friends. I love my friends. I love my friends. Or whatever it might be. It's a mantra because it's a repeated thought. You're thinking about these things in a cyclical nature where you're thinking about them continually through the day. You're thinking about the past. You're thinking about the future. You're thinking about now, you know? But really, right now is the only moment. And that's all you should be thinking about all the time. You know, you can plan for the future. You can look at moments in the past. You're allowed to do that, but you know, you right now is really where the beauty of spirit is and where spirit lives. It lives in the holy instant, in the present moment, in the now of all. And that is one of the greatest teachings, because our anxiety comes from the future, and our suffering comes, you know, from the past. Because when someone hurts us, we don't actually suffer later from that person hurting us. We suffer from thinking about that person hurting us later, and our thoughts maintain our suffering because we're thinking about the past and something that's not even happening. So staying in the present moment is not an ignorant thing. It's actually a respectful thing to do to yourself, and a very wise thing to do is to be in the present moment. This is one of the teachings that I'm loving sharing with you guys. So I just want to say, like, there is a way to be conscious of your thoughts. And at the beginning, you know, once you reach enlightenment, it's really effortless. You don't have to really do anything. But on the climb to enlightenment, like, you can use a metaphor of, like, enlightenment is the guy meditating on the top of a mountain, and the journey to enlightenment is you're climbing up the hill to the top of the mountain. And yeah, it's kind of a tough climb because it's steep and everything. And so what you have to do, that's like the effort of climbing the mountain, is you have to think consciously, and you have to use your effort. You have to you have to try, and you have to really give effort into your thoughts, because, you know, you have to realize when you're suffering, you have to think about your emotions. You have to think, you know, when you are suffering, you have to correct it. That's what you have to do if you want to reach enlightenment. You have to correct your thought system. And this helps in all areas, all 4 areas, you know, just doing that. That's what A Course in Miracles teaches you to do. And there are other great books like this book, Disappearance of the Universe by Gary Renard. Is a great book, and it actually talks about A Course in Miracles, and it's about 2 angels and this guy Gary that have interactions, and the angels teach him the teachings of A Course in Miracles and what Jesus was really about. So it's a great book if you're interested in Jesus, or you're interested in love, or whatever. Oh yeah, but you have to think consciously. If your thoughts are causing you suffering, if you're thinking like, oh, I'm not successful in my life right now, I'm not ever going to achieve my dreams, if you're just doubting yourself, you have to catch that in your mind. You can't just keep it going and cycling over and over again. You can't just let it snowball and get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, that doubt or fear or guilt or hatred or shame or whatever it might be that's of the ego. You have to recognize what is ego and what is spirit, and that's what A Course in Miracles teaches. So I want to urge you to read that if you're on this path. But you have to catch yourself thinking and doubting that you're not going to achieve your dreams, and you have to say, and correct it with a thought that I am going to achieve my dreams, and then feel into it with your emotions that I am going to achieve my dreams, and then let your energies be blissful from that thought. It's all connected. These four things are all interconnected. You know, your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, and your actions are all intertwined and connected. So you can let the bliss energies come and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to achieve my dreams, and my dreams are enlightenment. My dream is to become enlightened. And that's what your goal should be. You know, you should have a goal. And like I said at the beginning of the video, not stray off the path. And you should just stick with it. You know, the first thing you should do when you wake up in the morning is pray or meditate or whatever you want to do. But I say prayer because you can say a prayer like, I pray for the Holy Spirit to guide me throughout the day and live through my body and be my actions, be my words, be my thoughts, and be my emotions. And I love everyone, and I choose for the Holy Spirit to guide me and be who I am during the day. That's like a prayer that you can say at the beginning of the day, and it'll help your thoughts clear up. And say, like, to the Holy Spirit, if there's any darkness of my mind, please reveal it to me and help me bring light to it. So you can do that, and the Holy Spirit actually works, guys. Like, when we pray to the Holy Spirit, it will actually answer you, and it will help you and show you your darkness and how to bring it to the light. But you can also look at videos, you know, you can look at books, you can do anything like in the specific area of your mind that you need to educate yourself and learn. It's a classroom. You need to be interested. You need to start being interested in spirituality if you want to be enlightened. You can't just, you know, focus on trivial things and be off the path all day. You have to stick on the path. First thing in the morning, you're doing something spiritual. You're doing yoga. You're doing meditation. You're doing a prayer. And then you stick with that the whole day. Every time you talk to someone, you're spreading joy and love. And then, you know, the times when you're alone, you're repeating mantras. And you're doing it consciously, thinking and trying to think. You're not just doing it effortlessly. You have to give effort to think consciously, not unconsciously, not letting your unconscious thoughts cycle like before, like when it's suffering. No, you have to have your own thoughts, because sometimes these thoughts that you have that are cyclical and unconscious are not your thoughts. They are someone else's or some other entity's or energy's thoughts. So when you let your unconscious mind just spin like that, you know, you are prone to thinking thoughts that are not in alignment with spirit, and that's who you are. That's what I mean by who you are. It's not in alignment with love and spirit. So, but you can think consciously and say in your mind. It takes effort to say, I am love, I am love, I am love, I am spirit. I am not this body, I am spirit. I am the divine light of the heavens. I am God. I am trust in myself. I am trust in everyone that is love. I am holiness. I am God. I am here with you. I am King of the heavens. I am trust in my heart. I am trust in my spirit. I am trust in my soul. I'm trust in everyone that is love. And there's a mantra that I repeat. I repeat a mantra, and that was kind of channeled. You know, I've reached a place where I can channel a mantra, and it's effortless for me because I've reached this realization. And it's become effortless to me to repeat a mantra. It's not like I have to try anymore. It's just in my mind speaking, you know? It's effortless. It's like my unconscious mind has been cleared of the negative karma and energy, and thoughts and everything. And my subconscious is now speaking with the Holy Spirit. So I can just say, like, I am God, I am Thoth, I am King, I am Master of the Heaven's Light, I am trust in my heart, I am trust in my spirit, I am Wizard. I am Thoth, I am King of the Heaven's Light, I'm feeling love. I'm feeling God, I'm feeling true harmony and love. I'm God, I'm Thoth, I'm King, I'm Master of the heart space, I know who I am, I'm trust in my wind and rain and fucking waves and fire and wind and air and spirit. I trust soul. I am God. I am Thoth. I am King. I am Master of the Heaven's Light. I am Nakal Master. I am trusting my soul and my energy. There's a mantra that I repeat, and it's like that. And it's a great mantra, actually. It does get me to feel bliss and everything. But I just want to end the video with the last method, which is a very, 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 very powerful method to reach enlightenment. And that's honestly just go and find a guru that's enlightened. Seriously. Like, obviously, the guru can't do the work for you. You have to apply what he teaches you. But go find a guru. Go to India. Go traveling somewhere where you could meet a shaman, or you can meet a guru, or you can meet a darkness dispeller, a wizard, a witch, someone that's, enlightened, a shaman, like they can be enlightened, like a guru can be enlightened. Like, you gotta meet someone that is enlightened and truly is enlightened, and that's going to be a very fast way to enlightenment. If you're devoted and you stay with that person as long as you possibly can, then enlightenment is guaranteed, because these people know how to find your darkness and how to heal it with kindness and not with judgment and all these things. So yeah, to become enlightened, you have to remove your guilt, your pain, your shame, your sadness, your ego. You have to tame your ego so that you can, feel spirit and be spirit, because that's really who you are. Identity is part of it. Is part of enlightenment, is knowing who you are. That's spirit, is who you are. You're a God. And that's why I said it in the mantra, because it's true. We are God. Everyone is God. Everyone is spirit. So I want to end this video, and I hope you guys really follow your heart, and don't try to just impress people. Don't try to just survive and do these trivial things. Stay on the path. Do it every day. And yeah, I'm trying to motivate you. I'm trying to inspire you to really dig deep and do this every moment of every day, to just value peace, value joy, value bliss, value loving actions, value all these 4 things that are enlightenment. I'll say it again. Joyful emotions, peaceful thoughts, loving actions, and blissful energy. Value these 4 things above all other things, and you will friggin' be like a messiah. You will be like a great leader. If you want, you don't have to even lead, but like, you can be someone great and have an extraordinary life and really leave the earth with a great message and affect the earth, positively. That's why we remember people. That's why we remember all these great sages and all these great saints, is because of the influence they had on the planet, the positive influence they had on the planet. No one that, people that don't do that kind of stuff, we don't remember them. We just, whatever, they didn't do anything for the world. The ones that did something for the world are the ones we remember, like Shiva and like Krishna, like Jesus, like Buddha, all these great people, are spirit. So I love you all, and I'll speak with you again soon. Much love and happiness and joy and bliss and friggin' all the fourth stuff I talked about. Bless it to ya. Ah!